The woke world of sports implodes. The NBA caves as their commissioner rejects Black Lives Matter after their humiliating ratings disaster. In this video, we're going to take a look at the massive mea culpa coming from the NBA commissioner, how their ratings embarrassment left him no choice but to turn his back on BLM, and how conservatives are tapping into the successful power of consumer politics like never before. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone, patriots all across the globe. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, if you're new to our channel, we analyze current events, analyze some super awesome conservative trends. We can all live in the present in light of even better things to come. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. It'll be an absolute privilege to have you as a regular part of this channel where each and every day we together, we celebrate, yes, the inevitable collapse of left-wing globalism and the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age. Before we dive in here, let's give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, and that is our good friends over at Virtual Shield. Gang, if you're not using a VPN or virtual private network on your desktop, tablet, or mobile device while browsing the internet, then you really are exposing yourself to a lot of potential danger. But protecting yourself online has simply never been easier. To make it even better, Virtual Shield is offering our audience 50% off all VPN plans and all premium add-ons. So do not wait. This is a limited time offer. Click on the link in the description below and sign up for a free 30-day trial to Virtual Shield VPN today. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. We won. Chalk up one for the good guys. Woke sports are now officially done. After a humiliating ratings plunge for their 2020 season, the National Basketball Association Commissioner Adam Silver has indeed announced that the social justice messages that have been splashed across professional basketball courts and players' jerseys and the like is now finally coming to an end. After playoff ratings hit a 40-year low, it was simply undeniable that the impulsive rush to embrace these social justice BLM messages that ended up being graffitied all over the NBA was a marketing disaster, to put it mildly. Now, of course, the mea culpa on the part of the NBA commissioner has to be put in terms that make it look like they still have the moral high ground. But listen to this. I mean, it's such an obvious concession to the absolute disaster this woke season has been. This is the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Quote, "We're completely committed to standing for social justice and racial equality, and that's been the case going back decades. It's part of the DNA of this league. How it gets manifested..." How it gets manifested, well, that's something we're going to have to sit down with the players and discuss for next season. I'll translate that for you. You ready? Guys, we're hemorrhaging advertising revenue as our ratings implode, so drop the BLM crap now. And when asked about how the players might take this, the commissioner said this, again, I quote, "I would say in terms of the messages you see on the court and on our jerseys, this was an extraordinary moment in time when we began these discussions with the players and what we all lived through this summer. My sense is there'll be a somewhat a return to normalcy, that those messages will largely be left to be delivered off the floor." And here's the doozy of the admission here. I understand those people who are saying, you know, I'm on your side, but hey, I just want to watch a basketball game here. Again, I'm going to translate that for you. The BLM frenzy was a ratings disaster. And LeBron, if you like that big check that you get, then you need to be as compliant with our American audience as you were with the Chinese government and lose the BLM nonsense. It's absolutely golden. Now, I don't think that these corporate executives who run our professional sports league had any clue just how much sports fans despise their incessant and nonsensical virtue signaling and SJW absurdities. We talked about this on some of our other videos, but the definitive study on fan attitudes towards woke sports comes to us from Philip Stutz from Medium.com. Stutz is an expert in political marketing, and he wrote a fantastic article entitled "Sports Has a Problem, Being Woke Ain't Helping." And in it, he details the findings of some stunning data on sports fans' sentiments towards this new revival of wokeness that swamped professional sports. Listen to this, quote, Since March, my company has partnered with the largest data collection, analytics, and AI company in America to understand how the economy has shifted due to the coronavirus shutdown and subsequent Black Lives Matter protests and riots. Our 6 national consumer data insights reports have currently analyzed 225,253 consumer surveys, matched it to 200 million plus Americans in our database, 550 million connected devices, and tracking 10 billion daily online decisions. It's the most extensive data research conducted in America to this point. I did not originally intend to be reporting on sports data, but the patterns became clear. And it's important to know what's happening, what's not being reported by the woke sports media, and how it will affect all sports. So that's the setup that he gives here. What we're about to learn regarding how Americans are reacting to all of this wokeness in professional sports is the result of the most extensive data research ever conducted in America, period. And what did that research find? Quote, the data clearly shows that 87 to 92% of Americans do not want corporations and athletes preaching woke politics. You aren't crazy for wanting to watch games and be distracted in these weird times instead of being told how bad a person you are for not agreeing with a woke reporter or athlete's opinion. Bang! I mean, 87 to 92% of Americans in the most extensive survey yet want nothing to do with woke sports, period. It does not get more clear or devastating than that. And he went on to point out, how else do you explain the PGA? The Pro Golfers Association, which is unique in that it has thus far refrained from promoting any political agenda being expressed by its league or its players. How else do you explain that a non-political golf association is actually outrating the NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball? That's never happened before. And so as it turns out, it's no coincidence that the more woke the NBA got, the more audience they lost. Simply put, this 2020 season, the National Basketball Association, the NBA, experienced their worst ratings ever. We've never seen a ratings crash like this, and it's a ratings crash that their commissioner, Adam Silver, who up to this point was an absolute faithful shill for all things woke, all things social justice Marxist. It's a ratings crash that he inevitably had to answer for and deal with, and now he has. The woke world of sports is officially dead, at least when it comes to the incessant virtue signaling on the court and pretending like everyone agrees with him. That appears to have now come to an end. So what sense should we make of this? How did we, those of us who stood up for conservative convictions and stood against this SJW nonsense, how did we win and win so overwhelmingly here? Well, before we get into that, I do want to make sure that you all know that we have tons of special videos that are available only to members of our Turley Talks Insiders Club, which you can join at a special low price that we're offering for a limited time by clicking on the link below in the pinned comment section. Now, if you want more access to me and to a global network of conservatives all over the world, then you will definitely want to become a Turley Talks Insiders Club member. You get all kinds of deep dive videos, you get merch and benefits, which you're going to absolutely love, and all for an all-time low price. But it is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Make sure to click on that link below and become a Turley Talks Insiders Club member today. You're going to love those videos. All right, so what happened here? How did we get the NBA to cave on woke virtue signaling like this? Well, what happened to the NBA is testimony to the power of what's called consumer politics. And that's where more and more people are intentionally buying from companies that promote and support our political commitments, while at the same time refusing to purchase from those companies that actively oppose our politics. And so consumer politics generally involves what are called boycotts and boycotts, right? So boycotts are obviously the intentional refusal to purchase from or support companies financially that offend our political values, while boycotts are intentional purchases from companies that support our political values. I'm sure you all remember when it, remember Trump's call to go out and buy Goya products, right? When the CEO of Goya stood up and publicly defended our president, and then the left responded by calling for a mass boycott against Goya products, President Trump instead called for a mass boycott. If you love nationalist populism like the CEO of Goya does, then go out and buy Goya products. And it was absolutely beautiful. You had hundreds of thousands, if not millions, tens of millions of people going out and buying Goya products. And then many of them turned around and donated the purchases to food pantries and shelters across the nation. It was absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, Goodyear, right, the tires manufacturer, they got the opposite. When it was revealed that they banned MAGA hats and shirts from their workplace while at the same time promoting BLM paraphernalia, Trump called for their boycott, and their stock prices plunged. Investors knew that tens of millions of Trump supporters were going to get their tires from somewhere else. And so Goodyear had to recant, right? They had to change their wicked ways, their dress code policies to appease conservatives. You see, conservatives are more and more tapping into the power of consumer politics, and this is contributing to the increasing partisan nature in the marketplace. Companies are more and more being divided up between liberal corporations and conservative corporations. And in the age of a rising nationalist populism, headed by one Donald Trump, the NBA, like Goodyear, is learning the hard way two fundamental laws of the universe. One, you can't stump the Trump. And of course, number two, say it with me, get woke, go broke. Now, before you go, make sure you like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And you will definitely want to check out my latest video. I just uploaded it on how gun sales are absolutely booming as polls show that a majority of Americans fear a post-election civil war. You are not going to want to miss this. So make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.